Hey guys, thank you very much for joining us on this Friday on this regional sales training. We have a very special guest speaker today for you, and we'll explain that in a minute. Now, this session is recorded as always. You will receive the recording, the link to the deck shortly after, and you can always ask questions in the Q&A and chat. We'll have time for questions at the end. And also, I highly recommend that you stay to the end because we're announcing a new campaign. Everything to do with that will be announced in a few minutes. And we have a Kahoot with prizes also at the end about what you've been hearing today. So instead of a quiz, you have a Kahoot and you can win amazing prizes. Now, our speaker today is Carmel Baran. Carmel is a serial community builder and leader and a global marketing and public relations professional. He specializes in monetization through networking processes and personal branding online. So, Carmel, you can say hi.
Can you see me? Oh, okay. Hi, everyone. Happy to be here.
You may begin.
All right, guys. Happy Friday. We're going to have a fun session today. I hope you enjoy it. So let's start. Our topic today is how to become an online customer experience transformation thought leader. The goal of this session would be teaching you best practices you can start using tomorrow to help you boost your sales by actively building and maintaining your personal brand and network online. Moving on, let's move on to our agenda for today. We're going to cover the previous session, which I know you had a few months ago, which covered your LinkedIn profile visibility. We're going to learn how to research and join communities, groups, and forums to increase your touch points with the customers. We're going to help you understand how to build your presence with engaging content. We're going to speak about the importance of constantly growing and engaging your network. And we're going to talk a little bit about how to diversify and personalize your content. Let's start with a little reminder and refreshing our previous session about your LinkedIn profile visibility. So your LinkedIn profile is your image online. It is your main tool for building your impression. As we all know, there's only one chance to make a good first impression. The first thing that we want to talk about is your profile picture. What makes a great profile picture? A great profile picture would be a very clear, high-definition headshot with a bright background color. It is recommended to have a pleasant facial expression. Could be a smile or another positive gesture, just not too serious or intimidating. You should be looking straight at the camera and not to the sides.
Just like mine, right?
Exactly. Also, try to wear something nice, get a haircut and a clean shave for the photo shoot. Moving on to the cover photo. So what makes a good cover photo? You can find a nice quote that you can relate to and represent your motto or values in life. Something that tells people more about who you are. It could also just be an image of something in the context of your work, computers, data, or some picture associated with marketing or sales. Moving on. The next important element in your profile is your title. Your title should not scream something like, I work in sales and I'm here to sell you stuff. It should be more about the value you bring to your customers. Something like we can see in these two examples right here. When we go to Gil Kochavi's profile, for example, he says he's helping companies become data-driven utilizing online and offline data, which again emphasizes his specialty and the value that he brings to the table. Also, when we take a look at Brian Locke's profile, which, by the way, chance to give him a great shout out for helping me with this session, and to
Wendy Ole.
And to Wendy as well, of course.
Thank you both.
Thank you both very much. He chose to write, he's solving contact center and back office problems. So again, he's not mentioning anything about that he's a salesperson or about the product. The focus is about the fact that he can solve problems. So that attracts more people to him, and more potential customers understand his value. Moving on to the About section of your profile, which is also very important. As we can see, there are many segments of information you can add to your profile, such as skills, accomplishments, etc. You should definitely go over them and fill them out. The About section should not be longer than 2 or 3 sentences max. Again, make sure the content there is about what your areas of expertise are, how you can help your customers solve their problems, and the values that you bring to the table. One common mistake is to make it about you or what you did in your life and your career. So try to avoid that. Just so you know, the profile picture can and will serve you for years to come, and you can become very well recognized by sticking to the same picture and actually also replacing it so it would be the same on all other social platforms as well. People remember a face, especially when it's a smiling face right at them, and the photo gives a good general vibe about who you are. This is really, really important. Don't underestimate it. I would recommend updating your profile photo once every 3 years and not less. After we finished working on our profile and it looks amazing and super professional, we can move on to start doing things actively. The first thing we would want to do is increase the number of our touch points with our customers. In order to increase the number of your touch points with your potential customers, we have to expand our reach and get our message out there. We'll need to always find out about more communities, more groups, and more forums in which our target audience spends their time and is involved in professional discussions. For this part, we can first find out which groups we are already members of. We can scroll down to the bottom of your profile page, and under Interests, click on See All, then go to Groups to find out which groups you have already joined to in the past. Then let's start searching and researching by keywords for groups that are relevant to us and to our customers. For example, let's search for the phrase customer experience. Filter to groups, and we will find over 5,000 groups in this field. We will, of course, then need to keep filtering according to location and other factors to get to the most relevant groups for us. Here's an example of a group you can join. Just click on the Request to Join button. So now that we've sent the request to join all these groups and communities, we would get notified via email about our approval to them. We can then go inside the groups and start looking around to see what's going on, check out the activity, and try to spot out influencers and thought leaders. We can find them according to the amount of likes and comments they get when they decide to post something, or even by how often they post to the group, which is how active they are. We can check out their profile, learn what and how they do things, and where they are active. We can then comment and actively join the discussion over their posts, and by that associate ourselves with the knowledge base to make a great impression on others. Another recommended action we can take inside groups is to check out who the admins are, try to connect and make friends with them for the purpose of possible future cooperation. Moving on to the next section. This is probably the most important thing you should do every single day to succeed at this. Now I'll explain why in short. So your LinkedIn network is made out of your connections, and it's divided into degrees of or levels of connection. People who are in your first or second degree circles, LinkedIn allows you to contact directly, Whereas third degree connections, you will probably need to pay LinkedIn in order to reach them. Moreover, when you have mutual connections with people, it automatically brings you closer to them. Think about it for a second, even psychologically speaking. So it is imperative to understand this point. The more connections you get into your network, the more doors and opportunities will be in your reach and within your fingertips. But it is not only about the quantity or a big numbers game. It is definitely a lot about the quality of these connections. We should be constantly growing our network with the right connections. So, who are we? Let's take a look at a few examples for titles your potential and existing customers probably possess. We have, obviously, the most common ones are CIOs, CTOs, but it could also be someone with a title of VP Customer Experience, or for that matter, any title that has the word customer experience in it, or maybe Head of Automation. Right? Think creatively about more titles. You should come up with at least 10 different titles of people who could be your potential customer. We can then filter these people by using many filters to reach and connect with the decision makers and exactly the people we want to get to know us and our activity online. In many or even most cases, if your profile is interesting and impressive enough, remember section 1, you just be approved by the other side immediately. And even if not, don't worry about it. It's better to send those connections requests and have them pending than not do it at all. Another interesting point and a reason to keep expanding your network all the time is the ability to get insights about their activity. As we can see here, LinkedIn will only let you see first and second connections activity over the network, and thus enabling you more touch points and direct engagement with them over their posts. Moving on to our last part of the presentation, diversify and personalize your content. So there are many ways to post and publish content online and even within LinkedIn. A few ideas for you for things you can and probably should do. 1, you can upload a short video, a teaser, or an announcement, better yet, a success story, a case study. Post a selfie video of yourself. Don't be shy. These type of things work. In doing so, you can personally let whoever is watching know that you have the knowledge, the skills, and what it takes to guide them and help them through whatever they're going through. And they can relate to you in a more personal manner. You can ask them to comment or privately message you for more information about these topics. It creates interest, and people love to get free tips, advice, and information. Another method is to just write a short article. Make sure you use your own words, make it simple, understandable, and easy to digest by the readers. It could even be a few paragraphs. It doesn't have to be like a 500-long essay that's like super long, as long as it's written in a way that's adjusted to your target audience needs. Using hashtags. So another tool we have for spreading our message out there is using hashtags. Hashtags is a relatively new feature LinkedIn copied from other social networks, and it allows you the aggregation of content to one place. In other words, more abilities for users to discover content they are interested in and want to learn about. When you use hashtags, you're increasing the chance of people finding your content and reaching out to you for help and for your advice. Any word or phrase could be a hashtag. and you should be thinking creatively not just about the obvious ones, such as nice or sass, but also try to think what could people be looking for, which terms, which keywords, and do your own little hashtag research before you start. In every post, you don't want to use more than 3 hashtags for each post. You do want to diversify and have your content associated with as many relevant keywords possible. So after we've done and mastered all of that, how do we own our content and personalize it in a way that we feel proud to share it everywhere and anywhere? We can start by exploring the articles in the Octopost content bank and finding one that's related to the topic being discussed in a specific group or groups. Then we click Share, and we can see the system is generating automated text. We can ignore those texts and come up with some taunting text of our own. Some would call it a clickbait, but you can say so many things with the target of getting your audience attention and getting them to click on the content to find out what it's about. Try to laser target your key potential customers and ask questions that might catch their eye when they're looking at this content. If they have a problem and you seem to have the answer, trust me, they would definitely click to check what you are talking about. Don't forget to add the relevant hashtags, of course, to your posts. Then, once posted to your profile, you can go ahead to your activity section of your profile, go to posts, and then reshare it from there to as many relevant groups as you'd like with just one click. It is that simple. Here we can see we picked a few groups. And once we're done, we click Done, and of course Post, and that's it. That's all for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the session, and I wish you all a great weekend. Keep up the good work, and good luck to everyone in everything you do. I'm here for any questions you might have.
So we have a few questions while you were speaking. Jacob showed me one. Can you read it out?
Yeah, Jason is asking, do you have to have premium to gain access to these features?
Well, which features is he talking about? Do we know?
What you showed earlier on.
Oh, basically no. No, the answer is no.
Everything that you've seen today is part of the regular LinkedIn features.
Yep.
Anyone can use it. It's free. Another question that we had is, can we use these methods on other social networks, not just LinkedIn?
Yes, so definitely I would encourage using these methods on other networks as well and other platforms. The only main key to remember here is to try to adjust the message according to the platform. So the message that we have is not going to be the same on LinkedIn and on Facebook and WhatsApp or Slack, whichever tool you're using. You have to kind of like think about which, what is the medium there and how the language is being handled there, and, make the adjustment.
Okay. Another question that came in through Q&A. Okay. How can I be more creative? Do you have any tips for creativity and innovation in posts over social?
So probably creativity is key for everything you do in terms of like becoming a thought leader online. It's kind of just, I don't want to say cliches, but like thinking outside the box is probably the main one. But just there's a thing about content that like there's a phrase that's called more of the same. So you want to kind of like look at what everyone else is doing and not do it. Do something else. Try a different approach. And also in marketing, as you know, and probably everyone knows, it's like it's a lot about trial and error. So always try new things, you know, attack it from different angles and just try to realize like what works, what brings the attention, what gets you the likes, the comments, what gets interest. And then scale that up, do more of that.
The good thing about social media is you get immediate feedback. If it's good, you see a lot of likes, a lot of comments, right? And if it's not good, it stays there lonely.
Exactly.
So try something else.
Another question that just came on the Q&A, does NICE use point drug or Sales Navigator?
Yeah, we do. And you should all have Sales Navigator. Additional details are in there, and you can filter on different titles, different roles, different organizations. And this is another topic for another session. But yeah, you have it.
Another question that just came in, is there a NICE social media policy?
There is a NICE social media policy. We published it when we started the Sharing is Winning process. And Gil in Israel is managing that. If you would like that social media policy, I can send it out with the recording once we're done. That's a good idea. Just so you know, it's a high-level social policy. Whatever you write on social and your personal account is yours and you're accountable to it. So
my advice would be, if I may interrupt you,
Yeah.
is challenge that policy. Try to see, you know, check before you post something, but ask, try, at least try, you know, like.
I can assure you it's a one-pager. It's not a legal document with 60 pages that you need to read now. So it's a very easy to follow social policy. Do we have any other questions? Okay.
Yep. The one thing that I would also add to that is, you know, be daring. You know, don't be afraid. Come up with really creative ideas. We have some people, you know, for example, you guys mentioned Brian, for example, who, you know, always dare a little bit and try to kind of like think outside of the box and come up with things that, you know, when you kind of like have your LinkedIn feed or other different social media feeds, and usually they're pretty boring. It's more, as Carmel said, it's more of the same. And when you see something that, whoa, it's not, what is this doing here? Why is this kind of like part of this feed now? You would stop and you would click on it and you'll read about this. And usually you'll associate that name with that specific feed. So you'll be looking for that innovation, that creativity from these individuals. This is what we want you guys to do. And
yep, that is a great segment to our next social media campaign. I would just say before I start this that Carmel mentioned Octopost. We are still using Octopost for social media. You can log in there and do just that, bring in your voice and share from there. We are working on more licenses, so just so you know, and also a new contest like Sharing is Winning we did last year, so you'll hear more about that later on. But today we are unveiling the NICE Creative hashtag. So once you are thinking about how can I be more creative, how can I be more innovative in social media, always try, like Jacob said, to dare that and be daring. Carmel said, be innovative. Do not do more of the same. So when you do that, and when you post new things, use this hashtag, NiceCreative, and I'll tell you why. First of all, if you use your own voice, you get creative, you think outside the box. You use interesting images, especially short videos, like Carmel mentioned, if you do like a selfie video, which was a great advice. If you keep it relevant, and it's relevant to current affairs, and you use the NICE Creative hashtag, all of that will get you shout out at our weekly sales all hands. So like Jacob said, we have a few fun examples from Brian, keeping it current, talking about the tax season and how you can do some automation around your processes, or just having a blank image and what you see here and catching people's attention. By the way, the LinkedIn and all social media algorithms, if they like you once, they will see you again. So the more you get people to like your post, they will see more of your post on their feed. So if that happens and they see more of those, you get creative and use the NICE Creative hashtag. I recommend to follow that hashtag, like Carmel showed you how you can follow a hashtag and see it in LinkedIn, so you see what other people are doing, see the competition. And every 2 weeks, we will select the post with the highest engagement and highlight them, like I said, on the all sales call. The post with the highest engagement numbers will be rewarded, and stay tuned for that as well. So I encourage you to start now.
make sure that you all tag, everything that you do from now on. tag, use nice creative, hashtag nice creative, put it on there. Ryan, the marketing team, will be kind of like looking at this, tracking this, and then we'll be sharing. And again, it's also for your friends. So if anyone tags that and you see nice creative on your feed, you'll be able to see what the team is doing. And if you see something interesting, feel free to reshare this. Yep. But the idea is for us to really kind of like look at these really cool creative things, share them with the team, and then find our bi-weekly winners.
Exactly. And our last thing to do today is the Kahoot game. So are you ready to win some prizes? Have you listened to Carmel? Are you remembering what you need to do?
Yeah.
Here is your PIN. 998-7256. We have 3 questions, all of them related to what Carmel just taught you. Okay, so you can use either the app or the Kahoot.it. We assure you, the first prize winner will get an award, a prize.
The people are joining in.
Good.
We'll wait a few minutes.
Yeah, there's Brian.
Good. The Brian Locke.
Brian Locke.
Yes. Elliot Fun Home, I like that. You're already getting creative. I love it.
Things, yeah.
Give it another 2 minutes.
Yeah. And I'm going to give it another few seconds. Okay, 5, 4,
Countdown,
3,
yeah.
2, 1. Okay, here we go. Are you ready? Who can create a new hashtag? Is it anyone? Is it a group admin? Only my connections or only me? You know, the Jeopardy music here, like dun 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 dun.
Quickly.
3, 2, 1. Anyone is correct. Nice. Very nice. So you can create a new hashtag. You can think creatively and outside the box and create something that might get viral. People will start following it. Anyone can create a hashtag. Remember that you can follow a hashtag as well. So when you do that, follow the hashtag, see what's going on and who uses it as well. And remember to follow nice creative hashtag. Next one. Oh, Jose, you're in first place.
Wow.
Nice. KQ, second, Mitch B, and Zurcher and Mutter are also in the running. Next question. At what level of connections can we see people's activity? If you remember, Carmel spoke about it, first and second. First, second, and third, or just second?
Oh. Answer quick.
You have to be quick, and you have to... Nice. Thank you. You have to be right, and you have to be quick. Here we go. Okay, Jacob, thank you. First and second. So connections are important. Increase your connections.
Good question.
Yeah, increase your connections. You will only see their activity if they're a first or second connection on LinkedIn. You will not see a third connection.
Which should encourage you to have 10,000 connections at least by next month.
Yeah. Okay. Last and final question. Let's see how the running is. Ooh, we had a change in space. QK and in first place, Mitch is second, Josh and Mutter. Roman is the highest climber. Come on, let's see you on the leaderboard. Last questions. Are you ready? One last time. How do we know if we got approved to a group? I get an email. I get a LinkedIn notification. I get an SMS. I don't get notified at all. Thank you, Jason. Wow, that was quick. Okay. I get a LinkedIn notification is correct. Okay, so make sure that you see those notifications, go back to LinkedIn and see what groups that you request to join are approved and start posting, engaging with your community. Let's see our winners.
Another tip, by the way, is to make an Excel sheet with all the groups that you requested to join and actually follow up to see, and track that. So you'll be able to see like which groups you've requested to join, which approved you, and which you've made like your first post in, and then try to get it on a regular basis.
Nice. So you can monitor that as you go. Okay. Do you want to see our winners? Yes, you do?
Of course.
Of course. You're excited, I know.
Jose gave up to
Okay, next. Here we go. Our winner's podium. Congratulations to O'Keefe in third place. Second place, Searcher. And first place, Josh. Very nice. Woo! Amazing. Okay.
Great job.
Thank you so much, everyone, for playing. What? Yeah, we'll have the poll on the survey on WebEx in 1 second. So let us know how we did. I'm going to open it up right now. You have it open. And please let us know how we did. We're always looking to improve and keep doing what we're doing well. We try to give you some advice other than the LOB's training. Make sure that you are visible to all of our customers in social media, do social selling, and are increasing your engagements and hopefully conversations and deals. Carmel, any final words?
Just thank you for the opportunity to be here. I had a great time, and I hope you guys all have a great weekend.
Amazing. Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a great weekend. See you next week.